Okay, I am live. Hello, Gemini. This is for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever Gemini lies in your chart. I'm all discombobulated. For June 2021. So let's see what we're going to get. I will show you the deck that I'm using at the moment. We're going to get a past, present, future spread going with the Oracle of the Dragon Fae, which is a beautiful, beautiful deck. So I'm just going to begin. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. What is Gemini going to be experiencing? I almost said, what is Gemini in for? I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of stuff going on. Not bad. Not bad. Don't ever think it's bad. Let me try to. Okay. You guys are going to have a lot of stuff going on in June, and that in a good way. Let's tune in and see what comes through. So give me a past, present, and future message, please, to get us going for Gemini 2021. Past, present, future. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Love. Okay. I always look at the bottom card of the deck too. The Lovers at the Feast, number 23, is your past, your recent past, right? Very recent past. Number 17, New Moon Fae, Soul Scrying. Ooh, deep soul work you're going through right now, Gemini. And you're feeling it. Number 16, interesting, 16, 17. Gwyn and Eluish, Attunement. Love, 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 love. Look at the beautiful, that is beautiful artwork. Just the red and the red lips and the red dragon. This is your very near future, okay? So we'll get there. Let me start with the recent past. Let's see what's happening. First of all, look at that beautiful, beautiful big flower. You are really cultivating something brand new. You have been in the recent past, okay? The Lovers at the Feast, conscious, aware eating. Interesting. So I feel like there's been a lot of focus on the physical body in the recent past. There has been a lot of maybe shifting in what your body is asking for physically, food-wise, movement-wise, okay? Maybe even products, hair products, lotions, that kind of thing. Your body is telling you. I'm seeing rashes for some of you. It's something you're putting on your body, FYI. You're trying to figure out food allergy. This may be just for one or two people, but you're trying to figure out food allergy. It's a lotion. It's a lotion, or it's something you're putting topically on it that is not completely natural. It may not be as natural as you think. Anyway, okay, so apple. There's an apple, but it's very interesting. The apple looks hollowed out in her hand almost. It's very weird. But anyway, Lovers at the Feast. So this is telling me I'm not getting necessarily divine partners in any way. What I am getting is you loving yourself as a divine partner almost, right? You just really loving yourself and tuning into yourself and setting an intention to give your body what it needs. And that's beautiful. That's amazing. So that is your recent past. Again, number 23, which doesn't have any there's no magical meaning that's hitting me, but look it up if you feel like it's for you. I do feel I keep looking at how the progression of these pots is getting smaller. I want to get a message from that. And then this must be apples, or I almost want to say these are plums though. So it's definitely, you're experimenting with, I don't want to say superfood because I know that's kind of a buzzword. It's kind of a clickbait, but you've been experimenting with dense nutrition in your physical body. And I think that's great. So, yeah, that apple, it is very interesting. There's flowers budding out of it. I'm going to see what else I can get here. She's got flowers in her hair. Your body is, your physical energy body is coming through thanking you for whatever you have done. Maybe you haven't felt like you've been super focused on your physical body in the very recent past, but your body is thanking you for whatever you have been doing. You've definitely been doing something different that is better for your body than what you were doing before. and your body wants to thank you. And it's only going to make you, whether or not you lose weight, gain weight, whatever you feel like you might need, okay, just focusing on being healthier in your physical body is going to make you more attractive to other people. Okay. And I don't necessarily mean, if you're not looking for a partner, if you already have a partner and you're going to be more attractive to that partner. But if you're not looking, then what it can mean is you're just going to be more attractive in general to a boss, for a promotion, to, to potential clients, right? To call on you to be a mentor, teacher, healer, whatever your niche is. All right, I got to do it because I'm old. Can't see. There's also candles. I mean, it's definitely the candles. It's like an intimate, yeah. I mean, what you're doing, what you've been doing for your body is just a very intimate, deep, deep thing. In fact, I feel like a lot of people don't even know. You haven't been advertising this, right? You haven't been telling everybody, hey, I've made this drastic change in my diet or in the way I move or in just my lifestyle in general, because I need to make a change because what I'm doing is not working. What I've been doing is not working, and you weren't feeling good in your body. And so, okay, so this is what's coming through and I think we'll clarify it here, because I do feel like, okay, so this is this beautiful energy of you are doing good. You are doing good, but it's also kind of it's like it's overshadowing. It's like all of a sudden you're feeling things. Because here's what can happen when we make changes. Even when they're positive changes, especially in the physical, sometimes our body, our energy bodies, but physical body primarily, can react in a way that may seem negative, okay? And that's because your body is not used to what you're now doing, this new thing you're doing. This is a brand new, like you're trying something new and you are committed to it. You have really been putting everything that you can into this change for your physical body. And you're not like telling people, you just did it. I think there's some fear of judgment there, right? Which that's, whatever, you still made this change, and that's great. But it's also coming through as the body kind of reacted and you were like, oh, well, what? I don't understand. I'm doing something that I thought was good, but I feel worse. Okay. That is called a detox reaction, and it's a good thing. All right. For example, when I first started to use essential oils, which I like drink, my blood is probably 99% essential oils by this point. When I first started to use them and using them on my family, we had kind of what might be perceived as negative reactions. We were itchy. We kind of, my little one, I think, had a rash. My second one had like hives at one point. And, but you know what I did is I kept pushing through. I kept using the oils and I kept researching and I kept learning. And I learned about this detox reaction, which is when you introduce something into your body that is going to make it healthier, your body immediately reacts by, okay, cool, this is going to help me push out all the bad stuff. And it could manifest in exhaustion, in a rash, in just odd kind of aches and pains because your body is even, weird lady stuff. Discharge. That's a gross word. I know, I'm sorry, but it's what came in. So it's going to manifest in ways that, and you may even get a cold, that kind of thing, because your body is so excited that you made this change that it's really making a concerted effort to push out the toxins. So it's detoxing kind of in a bigger way that, and you're looking at your body going, oh, why is this backfiring? It's not. Okay. It's a good thing. So that's what's coming through oddly. I know you don't look at this card and go detox reaction, but that's what's coming through. It's the apple, right? It's the apple. Like apples are really good for you, but it almost looks like that apple, like what is going on with that apple? It's like nobody can bite an apple like that. It's like she took a knife and dug it out, right? And so it's like an unexpected reaction, an unexpected result when you made this change. My advice, keep pushing through. Now, there's no reason for you to be super uncomfortable. Like I had a friend tell me, I was doing lemon in my water and I was doing lemon oil, and I was doing a drop in every glass of water. And I drink a lot of water. And I was forcing my kidneys to detox to the point that they hurt. And I had a friend, a medical professional, say, why are you doing it? Like I said, well, I'm trying to detox. You're like, yeah, but you could do it in just the first glass of the day and detox slower and not be miserable. Why are you making yourself miserable? So you don't have to go gangbusters. So maybe if you feel like you made this drastic change, but you're not feeling better and you have these weird symptoms, maybe scale back a little bit. Like if you, like maybe you stop. Okay, so here's a good example because I know a lot of people are going one way or the other with this. I have vegan friends who are now eating meat because their bodies are asking for it, and vice versa, right? If you have recently maybe gone vegan, from vegetarian to vegan, and you don't feel good, maybe every once in a while, sneak a little honey or sneak a little, something that's a little dairy, maybe scale back a little bit and take baby steps toward that huge lifestyle change. Okay. Again, follow your intuition. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, but I do have a decade of experience in getting my family healthy via dense nutrition and natural healing methods. So I do feel like I know a little bit about the topic. So, but again, don't say Wendy told me to eat meat. I'm not gonna, I'm not claiming that. And so, yeah, just use your intuition. Tune into your intuition. If you're miserable, then whatever change you have made, scale back a little bit, whatever that means. Okay. If that makes sense, hopefully that makes sense to people. Okay. So that's the recent past. So you have made a great change. Stick with it is the basic message that's coming through. You're doing it. Your body's just getting used to it. Okay. Current 17 new moon Fae soul scrying. I like that soul scrying because what I'm getting for you is right now what you're doing is really because of this change that you've made. Again, your body's detoxing physically. When the physical body detoxes, it affects all the energy bodies. They're all tied together. When we detox anything, we make room for more of our soul to expand. And so you really are expanding that soul and coming into, look how beautiful and confident she is. You're really coming into your own right now. Okay. You're really kind of, and it may feel a little, like I say that, but then at the same time, it may feel a little weird. Like, again, you're feeling weird in your body. So maybe that's kind of off-putting and you're just kind of frustrated with this whole process. But at the same time, you're feeling more comfortable in your own energy, maybe with your gifts, maybe around other people. Maybe it's like, I always think of like empaths who have a lot of trouble being in crowds, right? Yeah. I have trouble being around several people at once. Like the mall is a nightmare for me. Grocery stores are tough. And it's not about boundaries necessarily always. We can't always put up walls, right? Through this process. Sometimes it's just too hard. And we still need to go get groceries, right? And so I think of empaths though, where we're feeling everybody, but we're still, I'm trying to give me people words. Like I can see it, I know what they're showing me, but I need people words to explain it. So what's coming through is even through all of this, these changes and this kind of weird shifting that's going on and you're not sure what's happening in your body. Again, just know that it's a positive thing, right? You are still feeling like you are moving toward your highest self. You are still feeling like you're stepping into more of you and you're still feeling better. That's probably why you are still kind of pushing through. We have a guest. Hello, this is Isis. She would like to be part of this reading today. Are you gonna? No, you don't get to move the camera, but you can say hi to everybody. Come here. All right. I know. We're gonna say hi. Say hi, Isis, and get down. Okay, and she's gonna leave. Rude. So new moon Fae, I do feel like there's a lot of fairy energy coming through that is assisting you with this. If you're seeing, I know it's spring and so we tend to see them more anyway, but if you're seeing a lot of dragonflies, if you're seeing just a lot of kind of like fluttery wings, this is hummingbirds. Those are all very magical fairy. Those are all creatures when you see them signifies or symbolizes the veil very thin around you in that moment. Okay. And you can see through it and you're seeing fairies, literally. Dragonflies really are. And hummingbirds. And so they're coming through in a big way to bring you, and they're really like, what I'm feeling is the fairy, the fae. Yeah, the fae, existence, the fae collective is a good word to use, is really instilling in you a lot of confidence. Okay, currently, if you're not here yet, it's okay. You're still here. It's okay. Yes, I said current, but again, remember, we're talking about June. So if you're watching this before June or before even the middle of June, wherever you're at, it's all perfect, right? This is not tied to time and space. Don't worry about dates on the calendar. Just know that find where you're at in this progression, in this story that unfolds as we're talking, and you'll know what's coming next. Okay. So I just feel like it's just really confident energy. So no matter what's going on with your body, as your body settles into this change that you've made, to these changes that you've made, for many of you, I do see that it's a lot of changes. And maybe it's a matter of, like, I keep getting kind of trying to clarify this message. Maybe it's like, let's say you did like 3 things all at once, and maybe one thing needs to wait. Okay. If you're really super uncomfortable with how your body's reacting. Okay. That's all I'll say. We'll clarify it. We'll clarify it some more with more cards. But yeah, this is just really a lot of confidence, a lot of sovereignty, very divine feminine coming through, right? Like just really feeling strong, and even men feeling very strong in your feminine energy and feeling very powerful, tapping into that power. And I love that this is it's pink and purple. Pink always comes to me as heart energy, as unconditional love, but that purple, that indigo and the purple obviously is third eye and crown. And so it's definitely, okay, I just saw the soul star chakra, which is above the crown, right? And so that soul star chakra is really, siphoning is not quite the right word. It's really kind of, it's really sending energy into you right now, right? It's really, the words are not coming, you guys. I feel like a kindergartner trying to read Nietzsche. I cannot come up with the words. Oh yeah, and look, that's right there too. I just noticed that. Very soul star chakra. Your fairy guides are coming through your soul star chakra and filling you full of this confident energy. Now, if you're not feeling it quite yet, don't worry. A lot of times we get the download and it'll sit in our energy until we're ready to untap it, until we're ready. Sorry, not untap it. I guess kind of until we're ready to tap into it, until we're ready to access it. And then it could even be like a timed release, like a little bit at a time. But you are receiving confidence for what's coming. Not that it's bad, but confidence for this. I'm just going to say it, a leap of faith. There's a leap of faith coming after June for you. And so your fairy guides are getting you ready. Okay. I want to leave that for now because we'll clarify that. Near future. Oh, look at this card. I've never pulled this card before. I forgot it existed. Look at her red lips. Seriously. And that little red dragon. And then she also herself has wings, obviously, because they're all fairies in some way. Gwyn and Eloise, just their names. I don't feel like I want to look in the book. I'm just going to intuitively see what I love that if you notice, looks like she's naked, very raw, very vulnerable, but very sure and I just heard safe. So what's coming in the very near future is a feeling of trust and safety in your own skin, in your own life, and trusting that the raw, vulnerable, exposed feeling that you're going to be feeling in the near future is a good thing, is a positive sign that you're really working on embodying more of your soul, which you absolutely are. So attunement too, that is an uptick. Attunement means that you are going to click up to the next level. Okay. And whenever, like, this is where I'm seeing, like, after this even is where the leap of faith is coming. So I'm already seeing into July for you. You're getting a little bonus, Gemini. Leap of faith coming in July sometime. You're being prepared for it in June. Okay. And so attunement, you're being attuned to the next level of energies. You're being attuned. So you've made these necessary changes in your physical life, right? And what you put into your body and on your body. You are really you're being just filled. You're being almost God, why can't I think of a word? You're being filled. It's such a boring word. You're being filled with just this sovereign confidence, okay, that everything is going to be okay for a reason. And this energy of trusting and knowing that you have help and that you are going to be guided, because they're going to attune you then to the next level. And again, this is very near future. So this is going to be the end of June and into the beginning of July. You're going to be attuned to the next level. Attunements can often bring about purging, tower moments, okay? But remember, you're getting so good at this. I don't want you to worry, because I'm not seeing anything that's going to totally derail you. It's going to be something where you're going to be like, okay, I feel this coming. I know what's happening. I know exactly what I'm releasing. It's going to be different for all of you. Yeah, I'm not getting a set thing for Gemini. It's going to be different for all of you, what you're releasing, what your next level is. But it is, once you get attuned to the next level of energy, whatever doesn't match that has to fall away. Okay. And a lot of times we try to hold on to it. So just remember, the tighter you're holding on to it, the harder it's going to be to let it go. And so just know that your guides and the cosmos is preparing you all of June to be able to let go really easily, so that it won't be a tower moment. It'll be a transition. It'll be okay, I feel, maybe a couple days you just really purge, and then you're through it and you feel amazing and you're at the next level. Okay. So I want to clarify, because I feel like there's so much more here going on. So let's clarify. Same deck. I'm going to use the same deck and just clarify this. Lovers at the feast, please. I do feel like maybe there is some divine counterpart that's going to come through, because that's popping out to me more now. Conscious aware eating. Just focus on, I'm doing the same thing, intuitive. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means if you intuitively tune in and your body wants a piece of cake for breakfast, then give your body a piece of cake. But this is not hard. This is not hard. Okay. What I'm telling you is that all of that crap about you have to eat totally clean and vegan to ascend is a bunch of bullshit. Okay. I personally do believe we're all going to get there. We all are. We really are on a track of, as a humanity, sorry, I got to cross my legs. We are on the track of all being vegetarian, and then possibly vegan would be the next step, right? I don't know for sure. I do feel that way. Okay. Because I do feel like we're just going to want, let's be honest, meat and dairy, they're heavy foods. And you could translate that to low vibrational foods. And we're just not going to want them anymore for much longer. Okay. Yeah. My body's like reacting. I always get reactions like that when I'm on the right track or when I'm speaking a deep truth. So personally, I believe we are on that path of all of humanity being eventually vegetarian, and possibly then vegan would be the next step. However, you don't need to do that overnight, okay? Your body is going to still need sometimes a comfort food. And it's okay to give into that. It's okay because that's intuitive eating. That's intuitive eating, I promise you. Because let's say you're eating so clean and you're so proud of yourself, but you feel incredibly deprived because you made this shift overnight and you're like, damn it, I'm just going to fucking do it. And you just refuse to quit. And you're kind of one of those people that's all in, right, Gemini? Like when you make a decision, you're like, oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing this whole hog, right? But you feel so deprived, then maybe something needs to give. Maybe it's a little too strict, okay? And you need to allow, your body to want what it wants during this transition, and it'll get there. It'll get there. All right, so let's get give me expansion clarification on this Lovers at the Feast card, please, for the recent past. Get down there. All right. Recent past. Let's see. Dragon Fae of rebirth whole again. Yeah. This is all these changes that you've made. I love how there's a lot very similar in color. Lots of the same colors. And so this is like a whole new message coming through, because I want to get a feel for this. 23 and 41, whatever that means, anything for anybody. So this is, okay, so definitely I knew the Lovers was coming through. Okay, so divine counterpart is coming through. So if you are with somebody that you believe is your divine counterpart, this is going to be, you have been you have been really working on a deeper connection with them. Okay. So see the beautiful couple. Obviously it says the lovers already. But look at this. It's a beautiful pair of dragons too. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay. So, and they are just really beautiful. Rebirth. It's like a whole new relationship. Okay. It's a whole new relationship. And so if you are not in a relationship, or if you're with somebody and it's not your divine counterpart, then know that more of the energy that you need in your energy personally, you are cultivating more of that energy that is going to attract you and your divine counterpart to each other. Okay. If there is one out there for you. And I do believe that if we find ourselves hoping, wishing, dreaming about it, right, then there is one. I think, most people on this journey, they know whether or not they are better alone. Okay. Or really just desire a partner to share the path with. So, or to travel simultaneously, parallel together on their own paths. So it's definitely coming through as, either. So wherever your situation is, a shift is coming, is what I'm trying to say, because you have been, and oddly, I know it seems weird, but the lifestyle change you've made. Okay. Like, let's say you're with a partner who just eats nothing but fast food, and you have decided you're not going to eat fast food anymore. And this partner is feeling very judgmental about it. This may be the sign that your relationship is about to shift and fall away. Okay. So this lifestyle change is going to be much bigger than you think. Okay. It's going to bring about the next shift, and that will bring about the next shift. And that, it's like a domino effect. When we make positive changes in our life, it opens us up to a whole new path with so many opportunities. And then we are presented with the next, okay, now I can make this change because I made this change and I stuck to it. And now it's part of my life. And now I'm ready to make the next change. Okay. So whatever, relationship status, you have on Facebook, it's coming to a shift because of the work you've been doing. And it's going to show in this, like, you may have thought, okay, I'm going to make this baby step change. It's a foundational shift for you, whatever this has been, whether it's, whether you have cut out one food or added in one food, say a healthy food, or cut out cigarettes. That's a huge thing, right? A huge lifestyle change. Cut out alcohol. Okay. Again, cut out fast food, maybe in general, cut out processed food, cut out processed sugar, whatever you have chosen to change in your lifestyle. And it might not be diet. Again, remember, for some of you, I think it's more like, well, okay, I'm not going to put the toxins, in the shampoo. I'm not going to buy the toxic shampoo or the body lotion or whatever anymore. And so, or you changed something that affects your physical body. It's going to bring about bigger shifts than you could have imagined. This seemingly small change, okay? And it's going to bring you even closer, if you're looking for it, to a divine counterpart. It's going to, because the change that you've made, think of it this way. Again, if you're with somebody who is not down with the change that you've made, who thinks you're stupid for doing it, or who thinks you'll never stick with it, that's a red flag right there, right? Any partner who's like, well, you'll never stick with it. You don't need that energy. That's that sounds toxic, right? That feels toxic. But let's say there's somebody else out there making the same shift, and maybe they're in a relationship, and their partner is like, you'll never stick to it, or you're stupid for doing that. It is allowing the current relationships to fall away so that you can get one step closer to being with each other. Okay. So think of it that way for a lot of you. Okay. So let's get clarification on the current, which again is going to be probably the middle chunk of June, but it can be whenever for you, depending on where you're at. But let's see, clarification on the soul expansion and the fairy guidance coming in, please, for Gemini, June 2021. Let's just get more clarification on that beautiful, confident energy coming down from the soul star. It's good stuff. The soul is expanding in your energy body. The guardians fly high. You got more like fairy guides coming in, right? The guardians. But guardians, that's so much more specific than just a guide. I feel like we have guides, right, that come and go, and we have spirit guides that guide us through this life. But the guardians, that's a whole different energy. Look at she's sitting on this giant dragon snoot. She's just chilling right there. So to me, it looks like, let's look at this. Let's look at the picture. So it looks like it's snowing. I mean, there are dragonflies, so probably not, but it looks like snow to me. And I want you to notice her hair is kind of blowing in the wind, and she's very scantily clad. So she's out there, let's say it's freezing cold. So this is more like the raw, vulnerable, like here she's naked, right? So this is building up. This is building up to this, where this is going to be the integration. Maybe it might be a little uncomfortable. This is going to be the, okay, I got this now, right? It's not uncomfortable anymore. I do feel like, and look at her nose and her cheeks are even red. So I do, for whatever reason, the message coming through is kind of feeling like you're out in the cold, like you've been thrust out into the cold. And so there's definitely and this is current energies, remember. So the things that you've been doing have led to you getting filled with this confidence that you may not have access to yet. I am definitely feeling like it's a download coming in that you may not be accessing quite yet, but it's there. And so you're kind of feeling isolated. You're feeling raw and vulnerable, but you're also feeling like you have been left out in the cold by the universe, by the cosmos, by your guides even. And, she looks kind of lonely out there. Maybe you feel like, and, the guides, here's dragonflies, the fairies. There's 4 of them. I only see 4. There's 4 of them that are really faded back there. It's almost like she can't see them. She doesn't know they're there. And she's looking in the opposite direction even of where they're behind her. They're back here and she's looking out this way. And so you're feeling very isolated and kind of cut off from your guides, guidance, intuition. Okay. This is a normal part of the process of growth. Okay. I know you know this. I also know that I forget it sometimes too. And it's always nice to have a reminder. And so the guardian, so guardian to me is more like when a guide is shielding you from something, right? So you have your team right now protecting you and shielding you from something while you integrate. And when we are shielded, a lot of times we can feel like everything is silenced. And all of a sudden we're like, well, I can't tap into this and that and this and that, because they've essentially wrapped you in bubble wrap to keep you safe, because you're integrating something huge, this huge download, right? That's going to be amazing for you, right? Leading to this confidence of being buck naked in public. I don't know why I said that, but that's confidence, right? To walk around naked in town, right? But they are preparing you. And so you can feel, but look at her too. Like she may be freezing. She may be lonely. She may not be able to tune into her guides, but she's kind of sinking into it and she's okay with it. And she's trying to enjoy it for what it is. Okay. So that's okay. I want to move on because I feel like we're going to get more. I'm going to clarify these with the 3rd card yet for each row. So don't worry. We'll get more from that. But your guides are shielding you right now. You have bubble wrap around you. You have energetic bubble wrap around you because you are really integrating something big thanks to these baby steps you've been taking in your life. Just things that we think, okay, maybe that'll make me a little bit healthier. They're huge. They're bigger than you think. Okay. So let's get a clarification now for the near future, which for a lot of you will be end of June into the beginning of July. Give me that attunement card, that next level, breaking through to that next frequency. Let's get some clarification on that for Gemini in June, please. End of June into July. Okay. Nimue, seek the counsel of crystals. Well, I'm going to decide if we want to worry about those words or not. I'm getting a no, so we're not going to worry about the words. I'm going to look at the picture. First of all, her hair is friggin' epic. What is even going on with her hair? It's like it's not even connected to her head. What is happening here? Her hair is like nuts. So let's look at this. So she's got the crystals. They're green, right? Heart expansion, soul expansion. Let me just sit with this for a minute. Bear with. Her hair, that was the first thing that struck me. So I want to get, sorry, I'm old. I got to look under the glasses. Yeah, there's a lot of, okay, so if we go with a progression, because I like a story, first of all, it's 16 and 8. Half of this card is half of this card. Interesting. So this is coming in definitely as, kind of newfound. It's the new energies. You're going to be feeling amazing. You're going to be looking amazing. And you're going to be speaking your truth more. I always see that when they make the lips, like when that stands out to me, the bright red lips in a card, to me says you're really going to be speaking your truth. Unapologetically, unabashedly, unashamedly, you're just going to be doing it and fuck anybody who has a problem with it, okay? So speaking your truth. So you're out there walking around naked. People like put some clothes on and you're like, fuck you. I'm good. I need to do this, right? So don't actually do that, but if you want to, I don't know. If it's allowed where you live, don't get arrested and say, Wendy told me to walk naked. I will not accept. You know what? I will bail you out. If you actually do that, call me and I will bail you out of jail because that's amazing. So yeah, so this, but then ultimately, anytime we get to the next level, right? We have kind of that, like you're on the other side of the breakthrough. You're like, thank God I did it. You're out of this bubble you're out of the bubble wrap. You're back in the world, but you feel higher vibe because you are. You feel more confident. You feel more beautiful. You feel healthier. You feel stronger. You feel better about everything in your life. Okay. Ultimately, what happens is then there's kind of then we realize, okay, this is brand new energy and we need to do some integrating. So I know you're just coming out of bubble wrap, but what I'm feeling, but I don't feel like it's not desert energy necessarily. It's more like sorting it out. Okay, so what's coming through? All of this information, right? It's not just confidence and sovereignty, whatever. There's so many codes coming in, so much information being downloaded to you right now in the current energy that you're going to be accessing slowly as you're ready for it. When you hit this, right, the new energies, it's going to crack open a big pocket of this, okay? And then it's going to be for you to sort it. So it may feel a little chaotic. I am getting chaotic energy from this, and I don't want you to be nervous about that. What you're going to do is you're going to, really intentionally focus on the strongest energies coming through. Okay. There's going to be a lot of little crap, whatever. Oh, hey, here's this, here's that, here's this. Not for you. So all you have to do is talk to your guides, say, hey, guides, you have a lot of fairy guides coming through, right? Tons of fairy guides. Talk to this beautiful, confident lady and say, hey, help me sort this out. Show me what I need to focus on right now. Show me the strongest energy and where to go next. What is my next step? And help me move through this chaos. Because it's just going to be a lot opening up for you and it may be a little overwhelming. And so you're going to need help sorting it out. Ask your guides, but also seek help from friends. Okay. Seek help from, energy healing, Akashic healing, past life healing, BQH. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Candace Crock Goldman, beautiful modality. She's a friend of mine and she created BQH. Lots of beautiful modalities out there that can help you. Even just, start going to yoga, something. So really what I'm seeing is it's going to be kind of the next step where you're going to be like, okay, cool. Like I made this shift. Now I'm ready to make another one. And you're really going to be called to something. You're going to be called heavily to maybe a friend who does energy healing. Okay. You're going to be called to a friend who does emotion code. There's so many out there, you guys. Hand analysis. There's a bazillion, right? You're going to be called to something that is going to help you sort all this out. And you're going to go in with intention. Okay. So seek the counsel of crystals. What I'm getting is just seek counsel. Seek out help. Okay. Because you're going to need it here. Okay. And again, not scary, not in a scary way, but you're going to be like, whew, there's a lot. Like, I feel like it's almost going to be like spoiled for choice, right? You're going to have so many ideas that you're going to want to pursue them all. And you can't, you just can't. You don't want to be stretched too thin. So what's happening is you have carried some codes. Yeah, this is cool. Somebody else got a similar message to another, I can't remember who, but you are carrying some codes that you're supposed to release into the energy, the new grid on the earth for other people. Okay. So, because they're like big ideas, let's say, and they may not be for you at all, but you carried the codes. You've been holding onto the codes, and you are one of the people releasing it into the new grid, into the new crystalline grid that we have brought down to the earth. Okay. But it's not all for you. And so a friend, I'm just getting this really strongly, that a friend, and I'm seeing a female. So it's going to be a female friend you're going to be pulled to for help, and go with the intention of helping you focus on, 1, 2, 3 things, 3 max, of where you're going to go next. Everything else can go, because the reality is you cannot release anything from your energy that belongs there. I promise you. Okay. So even if you say, okay, everything else needs to go, if there's something that is just waiting for its turn, like say the 4th and 5th things, like you got these 3, right? You got the 3 things. You're like, okay, I'm going to focus on, I'm going to work on this book. I'm going to start this, I'm going to learn this modality. I'm going to start teaching or whatever. These 3 things, right? Because we can handle 3 things at once. But maybe there's a 4th and 5th thing waiting. Okay, they're going to be coming in when the book is done, or when, whatever. And they're just waiting. They're not going to go. Okay. And that's okay. You could say everything else can go, and you can feel like everything else is going, and you'll feel a lot better, and you'll be able to focus on the 3 things. But just know that anything that is meant for you, you cannot remove from your energy. You can't screw this up, is what I'm trying to say. So don't worry about, oh my God, I cleared everything from my energy. What if I cleared something I needed? That's not possible. Okay. Not possible. I just want you to know that. I feel like that might be a fear for you, Gemini. You cannot rid yourself of something that you need, that you truly need. And if, let's say, and things can go and then come back in, right? Too. So just don't worry about it. If you always set the intention that you are moving toward your highest self, you're good. Like I always set an intention before I do these readings. Give me the messages that will bring them to their highest good, always and only. Okay. So something to that effect. If you always have that intention, there is no way that you can remove something or kick something out of your energy that you need, that belongs there. Okay. So this looks a little chaotic, but it's going to be more of a, oh my gosh, I have so many things I could do. And even that though can drive us nuts. Right. And so you're going to need some help with that. So just be aware of that. I'm going to put this deck away, and I'm going to reach for this deck now, because I know I've been babbling a while. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this, Gemini. I knew yours was going to be longer. I'm probably not going to get to Cancer tonight, but that's okay. So let's pull I want to get some guidance. I want to get a message from your guides, Gemini, whoever's listening. Your guides are going to come through, and they're going to bring a message, but we're going to get a message for the recent past, anything that you might need to know for this lifestyle change that you've made, and or this divine counterpart, if that is resonating for some of you, okay? Whatever that might mean. So give me a message from the guides, from Gemini's guides on this recent past for June 2021, please. The Maybon 37. Okay. Shining hope future. Yeah. Everything you're doing, all these these little baby steps are to ensure that you stay on the highest path for you. Okay. And hope, shining hope, you're expanding, you're making more room for your soul. You're shining brighter than ever. Really, look how sparkly she is. Really, we are not able to turn down our light. We can only cover it with all these layers, right? Your light is always shining super bright. But when you veil it, when you cover it with all these layers of trauma and crap, now we're in the process of uncovering. And so this is you completely uncovered and shining like the star that you are, like the diamond that you are. This is you digging deep by making these changes, right? Like we think, okay, there is like deep soul work, right? There's deep inner work, there's deep shadow work or whatever. But this can also, these kind of lifestyle changes, what am I trying to say? Everything we do to make our lives better is getting us to this, to the diamond that we are, is facilitating removing one layer after another. And so I just feel the need to keep stressing that these little changes are going to be huge for you. So good job. I'm so proud of you for making these small changes. And again, if you're not here yet, but something's been nagging at you, right? Like, oh, I really need to stop the soda. Something, one thing, that's all you need to do. Is going to be fucking epic. I promise. It's going to open up so much for you. And it's going to get you, the goal, obviously, here is to uncover your diamond. Okay, your purity, your unconditional love and compassion that has been living inside you all this time, unencumbered, unfettered. It's just been covered up, but it's fine. You know, it's not damaged. Our souls cannot be damaged. And so I like how she's looking. Okay, so she's kind of glancing off to the past. This side is always the past for me, and that's the future. She's glancing toward the past like, just try me. Like, just try me. I'm done with you. The past she has shed the past. This is what you're doing. These small changes that you make one at a time, baby steps, are also healing past trauma, ancestral trauma. It's everything you do to improve your life is helping you heal. Okay. So just know that, again, I feel like the overall message for the recent past is you think you did something really little and you actually did something huge. So pat yourself up. Good job, Gemini. I'm Gemini rising. So I'm trying to glean, my own messages out of this as I go. But so let's see. Now I'm going to ask for a clarification for the current energies, these fairies, the bubble wrap, right? The bubble wrap phase that you may find yourself coming into right now. This is current energies, remember, or it's going to be middle of June-ish, June 20th. I just heard, because it's number 40. That doesn't help us. There is no June 40th. But right around June 20th, you're going to feel like you're being wrapped in bubble wrap. Not for all of you. Again, this is just for some of you. Some of you may already feel like you're in the bubble wrap. Yeah, some of you maybe earlier. 20th will be the latest, I feel like, that this stage will hit Gemini. Okay, so, and your guides are doing it on purpose, right? Remember that. Your guides are doing it for your highest good, because they're trying to keep you protected from really the collective stuff. There's going to be a lot of, I often see like, so here's a beautiful light worker, right? We're doing our work. We're floating along, and we're being, there's like things being shot at us and fired at us. Some things hit, some things do damage, some things trigger us, whatever it's all in our highest good. And then when you have your guide shift from guiding to guardian, they wrap you in that protective bubble so that nothing can get in for a temporary, period of time. Because when you are released from that bubble, then those things affect you less and less and less. Every time they wrap us, it's cocooning, right? It's a whole new, and she's even got the butterfly wings, right? I get it. It's a fairy deck. They're all going to have wings, but you know what I mean? There's a reason I picked this deck for you, Gemini. We go through so many cocoonings and then emerging, right? Emerging the butterfly. But even then, we have to get used to the new world we've come into in our new bodies with our wings. Okay, now I've got wings. How the fuck do I fly? How do I use these things, right? So it's beautiful. And then it's like, okay, now I'm going to figure out what I'm doing here in this new energy. So let's get a clarification for the current energy of the bubble wrap, of being protected, of feeling disconnected, of feeling like you've been kind of thrown out in the snow and they've locked the doors and you're wearing nothing, but your little sexy fairy costume, your cosplay. I'm just going to do it. I feel like, yeah, maybe. Ooh, she who laughs, humor, perspective, mirth, and it's number 30. Beautiful. Again, she's black haired. I just like I like the progression here because you have these three. These are all in order. These raven-haired beauties are all showing up for you. And so let me get this story here. Okay, so she's like betattooed. She's covered in really pretty, flowy, kind of watery looking tattoos. I like that. I'm just going to sit with this for a minute. Bear with. She's coming through as very like, okay, so she's going from the cold, the elements, in a kind of vulnerable, exposed way. She looks kind of cold, but she's chilling, literally. I didn't even mean to do that. Seriously, pun not intended. But she's okay with it. She knows what's going on, and she's just going to ride it out, right? She's got her beautiful, she knows she's protected. She's got her beautiful dragon with her. And then here you are. She looks a lot warmer, doesn't she? She's not out in the snow anymore. She's still very exposed and raw, which you're going to feel like all of June, Gemini. I mean, that's coming through for pretty much everybody, is this kind of exposed, raw feeling, because as we up level, our boundaries become useless. We have to redo boundaries. And then you'll get to the point where you realize that boundaries really aren't what you need. It's more sovereignty, right? Your energy, you're the boss, you're the queen, you're the king. Boundaries are not, will not serve us forever. Okay. We will get to the point where my dogs want in. You're going to have to wait, dogs. But we're going to get to the point where we realize that, okay, I don't need boundaries anymore. I'm going to let everything come in, but I'm the boss. And I can put them on whatever track I want. And if they don't belong there, they're going right out. And a lot of when we get to that point, some things can't get in because you're vibing too high. They won't be able to exist. Some things get in and immediately are vaporized because they can't exist. Some things get in and are immediately ejected because they cannot exist in your energy because you're vibing so high. And all you are doing, Gemini, in June is raising your frequency. Okay. And you're doing a great job. So this is when they definitely have removed the bubble wrap. You've got your wings, but you're kind of staying on the ground, right? Like that's what I'm getting is like, okay, she's good. She's feeling pretty beautiful. She's feeling pretty amazing. She's happy to be out of the bubble wrap. She's happy to be back in the warm forest. But she's not quite ready to take flight yet. She's grounding, right? She's grounding. She's getting her, I almost said she's getting her new feet, but it's more like wings. She's getting used to how it feels to have these new wings and how the new energy feels, right? Like she's like the world won't necessarily, I don't even know how to say that. Like, obviously we're not going to a different planet, right? And every time one single person raises their frequency, yes, it helps the overall frequency, but it doesn't change the entire planet every time, right? And so the world is the same, but you just see it from a different perspective, from a higher vibration. So she's just she's hanging back, she's assessing, she's observing, and she's getting used to her new reality, okay, with her new wings. And that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's get a clarification and then I'll just pull one more wrap-up card and we'll be done, Gemini. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Let's get a clarification for this beautiful near future. Again, end of June, most likely for a lot of you. Depending on when you're watching this, you'll know where you're at. But end of June into the beginning of July, this newfound confidence in your abilities, in who you are. You're going to feel like more you than ever, ever, ever before. It's going to be amazing. But then you're going to be spoiled for choice. It's going to feel like maybe a little too much has opened up and you're like, whoa, like I could go so many different ways. I don't know which way to go. Okay. So let's get a message. Let's get a message from your guides, Gemini, for that. Anything that Gemini needs to know for this near future. Sorceress, number 3, power of 3, rituals, power, will. So you're coming into your witchy powers, your sorceress powers, right? You're really like, hello, like this is much more, isn't this a lot nicer than this? Like very chaotic, okay? Kind of free. It's almost like, yeah, we start to feel like when we get overwhelmed, we sometimes try to leave the body a little bit, right? We're like, oh, no, I don't like this. I'm going to just go up here. And that is okay sometimes, okay? I do feel like you're going to do that when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like there's just so much. It's one of those things where you're like, oh, well, I'm good at everything. I could do anything. Oh, well, you've got so much coming through. Just pick something. Well, you want to do it all, but you can't. But you want to. And so we get overwhelmed. We're like, I'm just going to check out for a little while. And that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about that, because remember, your guides are going to bring you back in. And then you're coming to this where she is so grounded. I almost feel like this branch is like Gaia, like, okay, sweetheart, come on down. It's okay. Come back into the body. Gaia is literally gently putting you back in, locking you into place, and helping you integrate these new energies so that you can really step into your powers. Sorceress, power. I mean, those are the words on the card. Power of 3, number 3. Okay. I mean, it's a very powerful card. And she knows who she is. Look at her face. She knows exactly who she is, what her gifts are, and what she's going to do with them. Okay. It's a very focused energy. She has focused, and I do feel like it's really even maybe 1 or 2. I think a lot of you are really going to focus on one thing. Some of you 2, a few of you 3, but there's going to be one energy out of all this chaos where your hair isn't even attached to your head. I don't understand this girl. There's going to be one really strong energy for most of you coming through. And you're going to know what it is by the end of this period. Okay. You're going to know. Because look how confident she is. That's coming through very strong. She's like, yep. Oh, I know exactly. And she's just locked her gaze onto it. That's what I'm doing. That right there. That's what I'm going to focus on. That's the way I'm going. And she's very sure of herself. So tap into this, pull in this energy. This is the very near future. Again, not 6 months from now, not years from now. In the next few weeks, you're going to come into this. You're going to go through another cocooning. You're going to go through another coming out of the cocoon and feeling very, a little more vulnerable, but feeling amazing at the same time. But being like, how do I get used to this new, it's another breakthrough. And now I got to integrate. But it's going to be more of again, spoiled for choice. It's going to be a good thing. It's going to be overwhelm of all the you have so many beautiful paths. Pick one. Oh my gosh, who doesn't want that kind of overwhelm, right? If I've got to be an overwhelm, I'll take it in that pretty package, please, where it's like, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Pick a path, right? Whichever one is lit up for you, and you're going to see it. She has found the path, and she is not going to worry about, did I pick the right one? No, you're going to know. You're going to absolutely know. And it's very exciting. And I do feel like it's not necessarily, for most of you, it's not necessarily something you've never thought of before, but it's something you've been putting on the back burner for quite a while, that it's going to come through really strong. And it's a result of all this. Which card was that? This one? It's a result of all these codes coming in, right? Like once you sort it all out, once you release what's not yours so that other people can access them, you're going to release it into the grid, into the crystalline grid, into the collective energy, because it's big, right? Once you've done that, you're going to be able to really focus on this one thing. And you will have shed, let's say you're doing something now. For a lot of you, what you're doing right now, you won't be doing by the end of June. As far as career, as far as maybe starting a business, not for all of you. Again, don't Wendy's wrong about everything. But for many, 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 many of you watching, this one strong thing that's going to be coming through by the end of June, early July, is something that you have just kind of dabbled in so far. Okay, that's the words I want. All right, last card. We're just going to get a guide to come through. A Keeper of the Light. Isn't that a pretty deck? Kyle Gray, right? Love Mr. Gray. We're just going to get one kind of final message from the cosmos, from the Keepers of the Light, actually. We're going to get one final message from the Keepers of the Light. Just help us wrap it all up, please, for Gemini for June 2021. Let's wrap it up in a nice, pretty bow. Kali Ma, facing fear. Holy cow. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Could that be more effing perfect? Like, soar, you beautiful butterfly. By the end of June, early July, you are going to be flying. And there will be no stopping you. This Kali, facing fear. So here's the thing about fear. It's not necessarily about getting rid of fear or trying to shut down fear, right? The more you try to shut down, get rid of it. If you know anything about anxiety, you know that that is just resisting the resistance, and it makes the fear grow. Okay. And then it becomes this endless cycle of you being afraid of the fear of fear. It's all an illusion. Okay. So I know I make it sound easy. I suffered most of my life. Okay. I have healed 95% of it. I have healed. Just being aware of that fact that fear is an illusion. Anxiety is fear of fear. So you're literally faking. It's an illusion of an illusion, right? But what we are doing is, even if we're a little afraid, get a little itch, no penetration, promise. Her third eye is cool too. I love it when they do it vertical like that, because that's really what it looks like in the skull. And so what was I talking about? Oh, she also is very much new rebirth, right? Like there's all this stuff she's shed. She's got wearing it like trophies of all the, the enemies, the skulls of her enemies. No, just the death of all the stuff she doesn't need anymore. And she's just really like just brand new blooms and flowers, brand new energy, rebirth. She's the butterfly coming out. But with fear, we need to, and it's about the confidence coming through too. This goes with this card. This confidence coming in is, courage is really just doing something even though we are afraid, right? It's not about not being afraid. I'm so tired of people saying, oh, we need to teach our kids not to be afraid. That's not possible. We are still in a physical reality matrix, even though it's a better one now. And we're transforming from carbon-based to crystalline-based life forms. There will still be fear. Okay, we still have a defined root chakra, although even that is not going to be much longer. But there will still be fear. What we need to teach them is you can use it, you can channel it, and you can do the thing that scares you, even if you're afraid. Okay, and that's what facing fear is, right? Facing it, not to scold it, yell at it, kill it, right? But to love it and to understand it and to acknowledge it. Okay, I acknowledge that you're here, fear. Hang out as long as you want, but I'm still going to do this. So let's go. Okay, so that's a beautiful message. And I just want to look at the bottom of the deck. Oh, I'm so glad I did. Last card, Gemini. There you go. My personal spirit guide, my strongest guide, Mother Mary, love and peace. It's the whole fucking point of this. Okay, let go of the need to be right. That's a good little tip. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. Nice. Okay. Why not? We'll take it. But really, the main thing is just Mother Mary is here. Mother Mary is here for me, for you. So much divine feminine, being cultivated, being expanded, being healed, being nurtured. Okay, divine feminine being nurtured big time for you guys, Gemini, women and men. I don't care what you resonate as, what you identify as in this life. We all have feminine and masculine energy that we're balancing right now. And so, yeah, it's just Mary, just beautiful Mary, and more flowers. Like they both have these beautiful rebirth, you guys, rebirth, new life. You are coming to it. So I hope this made sense. I never know. And you know what? In 10 minutes, I won't have any clue what I said. Through the whole video, it'll be gone. Because people are just like, remember when you said that? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful story unfolding for you in June, Gemini. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, if you have Geminis in your life, again, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, watch all four. Okay, watch all four of those to get a full picture of what June is going to look like for you. But also, please share this video or any of the other ones with, on your timelines, where on social media, message them to people that might benefit. Okay. Because I do feel like it's super important to kind of be aware of what's coming. It really helps you navigate the energies. Okay. It's not like I was saying in Taurus's reading, I had to look, what did I do last? Taurus's reading, that no oracle card reading, no tarot reading is a death sentence, right? And absolutely not literally, but it's not supposed to be a gloom and doom. Oh God, this is coming for sure. It's supposed to be more of a general, like, here's what the energies look like. How are you going to navigate them? Okay. So it's supposed to help you, guide you, give you tips on how to get through them, get through the energies coming without too many hiccups, right? Without too much stress. So I hope this helped. I will see you next time for your July. Again, watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Thank you. Goodness, I know this is a long one. Thank you for hanging in there with me, and I will catch you on the other side. I love you so much, Gemini.